Hello my Kiwis, today we have quite a story, please enjoy. Title: Am I the A for making a scene when my sister put my niece up for adoption? My sister had a second child, and we were all thrilled for her. She lives a few states away, and we haven't seen her this past year. She had one child 2 years ago with her boyfriend, and the other one was born last month. Yesterday, we had a family Zoom meeting to see the baby and say hi to my other niece. Everyone was excited to meet the new baby boy. After a bit, I asked to see my niece as well. My sister got quiet and very quietly said she doesn't have her. My aunt questioned this, and I was also confused. After a few minutes, my sister said that in early January, she put her daughter up for a closed adoption because she couldn't care for 2 kids. Everyone lost it. The whole Zoom call was a mess. We didn't know. We never got to say goodbye. She didn't have to do this because any one of us would have taken my niece. I could have taken her. I've had multiple miscarriages and fertility issues, and although I am currently pregnant, I am stable, own a home, and have the resources to care for a toddler and my baby. My sister has always said she wanted to be a boy mom. I lost it. I called my sister a narcissistic. I asked her when she'd get bored of the new baby and get rid of that one too. I asked her how she could do this without reaching out to family. I know my sister, and I know deep down she just didn't want a daughter. She was depressed when she found out she was having a girl but thrilled for this entire recent pregnancy. I called her a monster for making children she didn't want to care for, like they were a novelty. I said some other things too. At this point, my grandmother is a complete mess and says her chest hurts, so I stop. My aunt, who is with my grandmother, goes to help her and turns off the camera. My grandmother ended up having a panic attack that they thought was a heart attack at first. I am so glad she is okay. My sister has since cut off all contact with the entire family. My father is pissed at me for blowing up. I was the only one who did, and says that I pushed her away. He said he could have tried to convince her to reverse it, but my verbal lashing completely ruined any chance of getting my niece back. I don't think he understands what a closed adoption means. Also, adoption takes time, so for it to be completed by January, this process must have been in place for a while. I don't think there's any chance of seeing my niece again when both parents signed for her to be adopted. He's mad at me because now he lost his granddaughter and is afraid he'll never know his grandson. My dad thinks I'm an ass for freaking out and nearly giving my grandmother a heart attack. I'm feeling guilty that my grandmother had such an extreme reaction, but I feel that's more because she lost her great-granddaughter. Update: I contacted the local CPS in my sister's area, the local courts, and I have a lawyer looking into it for me, starting tomorrow as I just obtained him. Thank you for the helpful comments pointing out the issues with this, especially to those in social work who reached out to me privately. I didn't realize how many options I had to fight this or to see if it was legit. I'll update when I find more out from the lawyer. Lots of people are commenting that this is fake. I really wish it was. This has been a nightmare. Thank you again to those with helpful suggestions and feedback. I am pursuing legal custody, and due to this, I will not be providing any more updates. My lawyer recommended this. The kids come first. I can say a few things. They found her. The adoption process started a year ago in silence as a private rehoming. It was explained to me that we could fight it as they skipped steps in the process. My sister told them she had no family or that the family she does have is abusive. There was abuse on our mother's side, but those family members are long dead now. There's an open investigation into my sister already for her son because of the way she surrendered custody of her daughter. I'm going to temporarily move into an apartment in that area so I am close by in case CPS takes custody of my nephew. It was explained that this was the only way I could actively fight for custody, by being available and close. I'm also dealing with another issue. I am 6 months pregnant with my first child after multiple losses. My MIL just informed my husband that she wouldn't be getting anything for us for the baby shower because she's setting up her own nursery. She's using his old crib, which my husband originally thought we would get. I'm fine with not getting his old crib, I'd rather buy a new one. We may be getting custody of my sister's children as well, and MIL made it clear they wouldn't be welcome, but she had room for my future child. She sent pictures, and her nursery is almost completed, while we haven't even started ours. Honestly, it's gorgeous. We just bought a house, and we are saving for the possibility of taking my sister's children. We aren't going all out on a nursery, we are being frugal and mindful with it. Meanwhile, she has clearly spent thousands of dollars already. It's just so odd that she's doing a full-blown nursery. I'm a bit confused about why she's doing this. She doesn't talk to me much, so she doesn't know I plan on exclusively breastfeeding for a bit and attachment bonding. Frankly, I don't think my child would be spending the nights there until after 6 months. Yes, chances are we will be getting full-time custody of my sister's children. I'm not okay with how she's been treating the expansion of our family. She's a first-time grandmother as well, and she's already rejecting the other 2 kids we will have. I don't want them growing up thinking they are less than the youngest child simply because of who birthed whom. I want them to feel equally loved and respected. I'm going to bring that up to my husband as a major concern.